Faye, who is it? Who's calling me? This is where this shit gets so confusing. I still don't fucking know. I am heart. What is this light? I. I reside in Zohar. I am the beginning and the end, the first and the last. God? God. Some would refer to me as that. From a certain point of view, it is right to view me as such. But at the same time, I am not. I am also a part of you. A part of me? I am defined by how people observe me. You are actually talking to a virtual version of me that you yourself create. I am your perception of me. Sure. Yeah, bro. Okay. I don't understand what you're talking about. Same boat. Who or what are you? In one word, existence. Existence? In actuality, I do not have a physical form. I am existence of a higher dimension, a place you cannot perceive. But in terms you understand, it is a world where everything acts as kinds of waves. It is the source of this four-dimensional universe, the place where time and space is controlled, the fluctuating void, the wave existence. This is where it all goes mind-blowing and it's cool to think about, but this is where I get lost all the time. What does such an existence have to do with me? Long ago, a modifier, or a pseudo perpetual infinite energy engine was created. That engine was named Zohar. That reactor was created by an ancient people from another planet to attain what is considered to be the ultimate energy possible within this four-dimensional universe. Eventually, those people used that same engine to create the ultimate interplanetary invasion weapon, Deus. Zohar was used as its primary source of power. But the unexpected happened. During the connection tests of Zohar with the newly completed Deus, the engine started to examine infinite potential phenomena. Requiring energy, the engine connected this dimension to the higher dimensional space. As a result, that reactor merged or synchronized with the wave existence in that higher dimension, me. I descended from the point of contact created by the machine through the path of Sephiroth, or the domain that you're in right now, and incarnated in the four-dimensional world. I'm lost again, still lost. After I had advented to the four-dimensional world, in order to stabilize myself here, I had to exchange or materialize my form and enter into the modifier engine. In other words, I became bound in Zohar, the cage of fleshly existence. Since the time I was bound in Zohar, I have always wanted to return to my own dimension, and I came to a conclusion. I had to reverse the process I went through to arrive here. I must be released by the one who instilled within me a special feature of this dimension, the will. That one is you. Decided it was me, a special feature? Yeah, bro. Like you remember back in the day when DVDs were actually pretty good and they had dope menus. There's always a special feature, and mostly we always go for the deleted scenes and the bloopers or outtakes, if you will. You know what I'm saying, bro? Get with the fucking program, Faye. Yes, I was given a special attribute of a human by you, the contact. When you observed me, I was given a mother's will. A mother's will? I'm sure you remember after my descent, you had contact with the modifier engine Zohar. This is where it gets. That's Abel, the contact, if you will, aka the original, the first being of Fae. Yeah, it's confusing, but like I said, read the perfect works. As a contact, being only a child, you define my existence with your desire to return to your mother. Thus, I came to prepare the mother's will. That will is Elheim. Ellie's deposition was influenced by me? Yes, my will was incarnated through a biocomputer which was vital for Deus. After combining with me, the biocomputer evolved its functions, and that bioplant generated a central element that is her. I was split by your contact. My physical form or flesh stayed in Zohar, while my will went into Elheim and my power went into you. That's why I waited to unite with you, and now it is fulfilled. My only remaining desire is to break this cage of fleshly existence. In order to do that, I must become perfect by combining with Elheim, as well as my other split physical form, Deus. The only way to return my original dimension is to destroy this physical body in the fourth dimensional world. Zohar is perfect, so in order to destroy Zohar, I need the strength that was attributed to you. Zohar can only be destroyed by the hands of the contact. What about Ellie? If Zohar is destroyed, what will become of Ellie? Zohar and Deus are one. She is bound to the system. by another's will to become one with me. In order to release her, it is necessary that to destroy that very system that serves as the Deus weapon. However, having been created as a weapon, the Deus system seeks to unify itself with all of you for a different purpose than that of mine. Originally, her release should have been performed by me, the one who desires to return back to the higher dimension. But I am also bound to the system that just as she is, so I am unable to participate. You are the only one who can release her from the spell, just as Deus and I are inseparable. You and her are also inseparable. Alright, I'll destroy Deus and the Zohar modifier, and I'll save Ellie. You have experienced much loss and deprivation in your life. It is very tragic. Our contact and the resulting transference of power and will between you and I will most likely played a factor in splitting your personality. I disagree. I can't blame anything or anyone besides myself. Regardless of what may have happened in the past, with the passing of time, the cause becomes more remote. It is a problem that comes from within myself that I myself must deal with. I see. You have managed to accept those tragedies, to tolerate all things, to comprehend and find where you stand in this world. You have succeeded to do all these things. I am sure you will succeed in what awaits you now. To liberate all of us, use the Xenogears. Destroy Zohar. Wait, there's more I need to ask you. The system is awakening. Ask her later. I mean, Faye's white gear is cool, but nah. Dad. Dad, are you okay? Dad, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. Faye, you've returned to your own self. You've become one. Yes, thanks to you all. If all of you hadn't called out to me. Ugh. Dad, don't worry. This is good. This is, after all, Dad? You and... Whoa! You and I must become one, huh? Grav, what's going on? Haha. I reached the limit of the body I possessed on that day 3 years ago. I required a body that would tide me over until your true awakening. That is why I acquired the body of your father. Regardless of your awakening, you're merging in the inherited memories you had acquired. There was no way for you to know of this, since you had lost your memory at that point. At that point in which I merged with your father. Impossible. What about Wiseman? What about father? Of course, they were just parts of me. I couldn't hold on to Khan totally. His ego was far stronger than I imagined. When my control weakened, he showed himself to you as Wiseman. You have awakened. This body is now useless to me. Now I must return to my original body, the reincarnation of my body that you inhabit. Stop it, Dad. I hear you, Faye. You see, he and I are one. I am Khan. Khan is me. He has become one with me. So you too should open your heart and unite with me. Then we can go on to eliminate everything. No, I can't allow you to. Just say it, please, bro, please. That's cool how he transferred over to Xenogears, just floating, mysterious, like that shit. Obviously, PS1 graphics looks like shit. It's pretty dope. Protecting your master? Then so be it. I'll merge with both you and your machine then. Now come, Faye, fight me. It's no use. I know you're Lacan and that you're a part of me. But that doesn't change you being my father. I could never really fight you. You're so naive. Why don't you understand that your naivety, sure, I guess, whatever, is what killed Sophia and what killed your mother, Karen? I already know that. That's why I swore never to run away again. That I must rescue Ellie, so don't get in my way. Wake up. Open your eyes, Father. Lacan. If that's the case, then fight me. Fight me. I can't. I see. Then there's no choice. Since you are unwilling to fight, I believe I'll have to use them as bait. Stop it. Don't we have the same memories? Can't you also remember the sadness you felt way back then? Why then? Why must you destroy everything? If we stop Deus, won't this all be over? You still don't understand. Even after your contact with the existence? I came to understand after my contact with the existence that even if Deus was destroyed, as long as humans still inhabit this land, Miang, Ahayam will be born time and again. Then all living things may as well perish along with Deus itself. That's the only path to freedom. The path to release us from the eternal cycles of life, the tragedies of history, and the spell of fate. Once I awaken Deus as a weapon, I'll obliterate all living things. Then I'll use your awakened self in that machine to return everything to nothing. That's what I concluded. Miang and Ahayam are not just Deus mouthpieces. That woman is its main body. Why can't you see that? That's not true. She gave her life for me by shielding me from harm. Her eyes weren't Miang's. Mother came back at that last moment. Miang, Mother, even Ellie, we're all humans born on this planet. Deus doesn't matter. You'll see. I will bring Ellie back. Father, no, Graf, Lacan, if you won't back down. Never. But I have no choice. The time has come to truly become one. Ooh. I love this battle. It's a fairly easy battle, trust me. You should not lose this battle whatsoever. I'm gonna put on booster just to be safe. Even phase gear sounds so cool. Like that just sounds so cool. And to go into infinity mode, no more system id. So after you press, once you get to level 3 and you press X one more, you'll see the angel wings come out. You'll see right now. There we go. Infinity mode, baby. Check it out. Kishin looks so cooler in this. It's my favorite move. It's so good. I love it. I love the sounds. We'll do the other button. Cool. Yeah, like I said, it's a fairly easy battle. Why don't you finish me off? If you don't get rid of me, then you cannot get what you want. It's alright, Dad. I understand. You are not Graf. You are my father. You and Graf are one. Your will and purpose never change. I knew that once we fought, but let's stop now. Our objectives should be the same. It is the same as our becoming one. We don't have to fight. What the? My body. Zohar is after you, the last piece to combine with Deus' system. It seeks to unify with you, the first to have been divided from it. What? This is what Lacan wanted all along. After all, I'm an imperfect existence. It was inevitable that it would come to this, considering what had happened in the past. Lacan's imperfect secondary contact with the wave existence split his personality into two. Eventually his body died, but the original Lacan transmigrated. Bringing the destiny of becoming a contact with him, he was reborn as your present body. The remaining persona, just his desires, lived on separately by possessing the bodies of others. That is Graf. That is me. I may have inherited Lacan's will, but I am not the same as the contact Lacan. It is impossible for me to make real contact. There would be no true melding and release. Even though our bodies may be different, I am still half of you. That fact remains. Although I am imperfect, I can merge temporarily with Zohar, and thus maybe be able to buy you some time. This is the only way I can be one with you. This is all I can do. The Deus system will start to look for you again. Before then, you have to destroy the newly perfected Deus and this Zohar modifier. You're the only one that can destroy the physical barrier that encases God's body. Dad, as you said, that was Karen. Through many generations, Miang is beginning to break free from her bounds. Now that Elheim is merged with Deus, she has all of her memories back. All the memories from her original birth as the context complement up to her current transmigration. Compellment, sorry. That includes all of the lives she has lived as Miang and her substitutes over the centuries. And of course, that includes your mother's memories too. Mother's memories? Faye, cut away all the binds of mankind. You should be able to do that now. Save her and all the other women bound with her. I'm begging you, Faye. Oh shit. Graf went out like a fucking gangster. What's this? This pendant. Is this Sophia's or my mother's? It's nothing. I'm just talking to myself. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused everyone. Thank you all so much. Anyway, let's get going. There's little time left now for me and for our planet. What is this place? This is where it all started. This is our genesis. Humans were born here. Long ago, Deus crash landed on this planet in an interplanetary colony ship. In order to revive itself someday, Deus detached the Zohar modifier's core. After this core unit came down here, a single woman awoke and arose from out of it, which is Miang in the beginning of the fucking thing. She's the mother of all humanity, or whatever. In the beginning of the fucking animation movie in the first video. Anyway, after she awoke, she used all her power to bear several beings. These would become the ancestors of the whole of humanity. These were the Emperor and the Gazelle Ministry. Finally, she gave birth to replicas of herself to be humanity's caretakers. Two selves, the human mother and the weapon, the subject and the compellment. That is Ellie and Miang. I, the sole survivor from the colony ship, met Ellie and everything started from there. The land of Genesis. Kadamini. That is the place. Or that is this place. Or this is the place, whatever. Yeah, but Faye, even with your shared fate with Deus, why do you have such ancient memories? Usually human memories cannot be passed down through the generations. Humans do not normally have the ability to compress and store memories in their introns. But Ellie and I, and Miang, are different. Due to our connection with the wave existence. That is, due to Zohar's ability to change possible phenomena, we can clearly store data in our introns. In other words, we can leave behind memories to be inherited by our descendants. Just as the wave existence is bound inside of Zohar, the information is affixed to me, so to speak, by some of the power of the wave existence. It's crazy. Then this is the form from when Ellie and Miang were still one being. This is the first woman of our world. Crazy. Our mother. So if we destroy that Zohar thing, everything will be over, right? Yes. The source of our ether powers and the source of power for the generators that make our gears work. It all comes from the Zohar modifier engine, which can control any potential phenomenon. If we destroy it, Deus and the Seraph Angels will all be deactivated. And then we should be able to free Ellie, who has become bound to the Deus weapon system as Miang. Right, Faye? Yeah, that's what the wave existence said. But then there is the downside. It will also mean that we will no longer be able to use our gears or ether powers anymore. What are those seraph angels all about anyway? That odd appearance as if they lack something, as if they were neither living beings nor mere weapons. Zohar senses the human consciousness and incarnates the seraphs. Human consciousness? Zohar itself involves the principle of uncertainty. The observer's perception of Zohar determines the entity it actually becomes. In other words, I believe that those angels are incarnations of the spirits of people. The people who have been absorbed by deists to become parts of it. So what merit is there for them to gain in eliminating all of civilization? Is this some kind of hatred for those humans who have survived? Of course not. Those people who were created and assimilated as parts for deists would not have such intentions. Try to remember what Ellie, when she became Miang, said. The creations of God will someday be a hindrance. That is why they must be eliminated. Yes, that is why Merkava is being used to begin the destruction. But Deus is not following its programming of exterminating all of civilization. The Seraphs, which are terminal interface weapons of Deus, are using their bodies composed of nanomachines to absorb massive numbers of people, regardless of whether they are dead or alive. It is not discriminating between the mutant and non-mutant people. This is highly peculiar. The fact that the people who are meant to be destroyed are being taken in as well. That is the absolute opposite of what it's supposed to be doing. Maybe there aren't enough parts? That is unlikely. Aside from those bodies, they were destined to be parts for it. Deus, who has already acquired the abilities of the nanomachines, can just use any material. To construct this body, it is obvious it has other intentions in mind. Those intentions, Krellian called Deus the Mother. If God is the Mother, then those motives are coming from the Great Mother, impeding the growth of its child, enveloping it, to bring the child back to the womb to become one with it. That is its motive. Such a program does not exist within its design, though. It was probably given this unique will by someone, either from Ellie, who has merged with the Deus, or... Either way, it doesn't change the fact that we have to fight. Regardless of what their intentions are, the problem is how we're supposed to deal with them. You think we can do it in our current state? This secret battleship, Excalibur, will also take part in the final battle. Additionally, the military potential of all the surface forces will assemble here. Even if we can put together a massive force, we still have the problem with the main armament of the Merkava. That was weird. We need to know how to take that out. As long as we don't do that. Merkava's ultra-long range cannon has the ability to vaporize any substance. On top of that, they have a barrier around their perimeter that nullifies all attacks. We fought against the Merkava many times to try to stop its onslaught. However, we cannot get close, hence we had to withdraw every time. Damn it, no matter how much we want to save Ellie, if we can't get inside the Merkava, it's meaningless. To add to that, there is the problem of those Seraphs. They function as the terminal interface weapons for close defense. I can easily say that their attack power is equivalent to the Omni-Gear class. They even have the regenerative ability due to the nanomachines. Don't be concerned about that. I was able to obtain some data from Xenogears. You see, Xenogears has mutagenically evolved due to its contact with the Zohar. Using the data, all of your new gears ought to be completed soon. Ooh, what? Additionally, all of the other weapons and armaments are being modified to implement the disassembler device. Disassembler device? In contrast to the nano-assemblers, which create matter to repair with, the disassemblers have the ability to dismantle or destroy matter. They can even deactivate the nanomachine's restoring ability by disengaging their repair programs. This should be sufficiently effective even against the Deus Seraphs. Alright, even if we can deal with the angels, just how are we going to deal with that Merkava? We can't even get close to that thing, or to the thing. There is no such thing as a perfect defense. There is a way. Look over here. What is that, Death Star? Merkava's main gun requires 1.2 second interval to reload because of its tremendous output. Upon firing, although it is sectional, there will be a portion of the barrier that will be open. There is a 1.87 second delay before the barrier forms in that area. If we can use this window of time to target and destroy that cannon, it will be possible to close in on it. If we can get it close enough, we can break through with gravitational spatial correction. Well, this is the rough idea. Unfortunately, we don't have such a long-range cannon that could acquire a target in such a brief time frame. So what you're saying is we just need to shut that annoying cannon up, right? Don't get ahead of yourself, bozo. You want to go head on into Merkava? Now you're being reckless again. That's suicide. No, listen, we're not going to rush in, or just to rush in. The Yggdrasil 4 and this Excalibur are also equipped with barriers that's what we'll use. Although only for a short time, we can withstand a direct hit from Merkava's main cannon. Then we can close in and watch for that part of the barrier to go down and then destroy the cannon. Cannon. How long will our barrier last? About 20 or so seconds. That's all? It wouldn't matter how fast we fly. In that amount of time, we'll be without a barrier before we get within firing range. And those numbers are valid only if the generator is at full drive, right? You can only get those numbers if we sacrifice all other output and propulsion. I'm not suggesting we go in with guns blazing, knowing we're going to lose. We're going to physically put a lid on it directly. As you said, the Yggdrasil 4 or Excalibur's barriers can't sufficiently defend against Merkava's attacks. At least with one generator, that is. Meaning we can defend against the Merkava with twice the amount of time, 40 seconds, if we couple the two generators together. This way we can make it into the heart of Merkava. Then what about the propulsion? Just hear me out. This is what we do. First, we transform my Yggdrasil into heavy assault mode and load it onto the Excalibur so we can couple the generators. By doing that, we can reduce the energy usage down to just supporting the whole of the ship and generating the barrier. This will allow most of the energy to be devoted to generating the barrier. Next, shift the barrier to full front and focus it to a single point where their main cannon will make it strike. Now for movement, first off, we develop a barrier by engaging Excalibur's generator to maximum power. For propulsion during that time, we'll install that on the Yggdrasil, those large solid rockets we got from the ruins of the mass driver. When Excalibur's barrier expires, we'll use the Yggdrasil 4's generator to develop a barrier. Then we'll also detach the solid rockets and shift the Excalibur into conventional flight. Using this method, we can get right in Merkava's face. After it fires, it'll be defenseless. During this time, we'll block the muzzle of Merkava's cannon with Excalibur's bow ramp, upon which we should have those seconds. I'm not saying that number. But the cannon fire of the Excalibur will destroy the Yggdrasil 4 slave generator and incapacitate the Merkava along the way, and then we break through. That's what the plan is all about. The combination of the barriers of both ships storming the Merkava. The timing of the cannon fire of the Excalibur. They're all going to be crucial. Miss any of these and the consequences are going to be severe. Hence, it'll be necessary to have both crews in sync with each other. That's why I like to place Sig in command of the Excalibur. I have no qualms with that. What do you think, Queen? Since it appears to be no alternative, let us go with that. Please use it as you see fit. But are we not cutting it uncomfortably close? When you calculate the arrival time and the barrier generation time, you will see what I mean. One minor mishap will put us in a situation where we could run out of the barrier power before our arrival. It's a tongue twister. Also, we will be devoting both generators to keep the barriers up. Won't that leave us without perimeter defenses? We won't stand a chance if we get engaged by the Seraph Angels on our way to Merkava. We'll hold them off. You can count on us. You guys just concentrate on taking out that main cannon. Thanks. We're depending on you. Already everywhere else has been taken out. This is the only place that's left. This is going to be the true final battle. We set out to silence God's Ark, Merkava, which was the epitome of offensive and defensive power, and then storm inside. We initiated the operation to destroy Zohar. That can't be. A secondary explosion? Oh no, I should have known better. What a miscalculation. The explosion was too big. It reacted with the main condenser right under the main cannon, and induced a secondary explosion. How could I have been so stupid? You mean we overdid it? Why did I not realize this sooner? This means we might have... Oh no, Ellie. Oh my gosh, Ellie. What is it? Hey, Sidon, what more is going on? What's going to happen? Something is happening in the center of Merkava. What could it be? At that time, the earth quaked and shook, and from the location where the Merkava crashed, a giant object appeared. It was Deus' final form. The Merkava was merely its vessel. Deus evolved through the use of Krellian's nanomachines into a planetary-scale weapon and began terraforming. It was attempting to convert this entire planet into a weapon. We retreated back to the base at the snow plains to form a new strategy. We decided to go back into Deus. Time was running out for us.